That's who you want shooting the ball? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What? Bro, what the hell? Ball don't lie. Except when it does. Except when it does. Can he do it again? That's great defense, though. Let's go! Woo! I'll tell you what. You was scared too, ain't it? You was scared too. Look, this guy was scared. He's hiding behind the corner right there. He's scared. They want to fight each other. That one's a Clippers fan, that's why. Yeah, get his ass. Woo! Hey, we can finally unclench those cheeks, Heat Nation. That's if you're even still awake, because it's 1 in the morning right now as I'm recording this video. And can you imagine my reaction had I stayed up till 1 in the morning just to see the Heat lose on a buzzer-beating game winner? Oh, it would have been ugly. It would have probably made good content, but it would have been ugly. Speaking of good content, I don't usually ask y'all this at the beginning of the video, because if it is your first time watching me, why the hell would you subscribe if you just met me? But I'm gonna ask anyways if y'all can subscribe to the channel, because I've been working really hard over here, bro, between fostering these kittens, which I'm gonna have for like another 4 or 5 days before we give them back to the shelter, and also between studying for my PE exams to become a licensed engineer. I told y'all about that a few months ago now. I started studying. My test is officially in less than 20 days, so I'll be very busy with that for the next couple of weeks, but I'm still gonna get y'all these videos because Heat Nation is absolutely popping right now. So if you do enjoy the content, or you just like watching me talk or like listening to me talk, make sure to subscribe, because it genuinely does mean a lot as I'm on the grind to hit 10,000 subs, which will just be a beautiful day. Now, how dare I start this video with that shameless promo when we just saw a hell of a basketball game? The Miami Heat got Norman Powell back. The defense was locking in after giving up 70 points again in the first half. We saw some very impressive things from the whole unit, which we should have been seeing these last few games, because you have the personnel to lock in defensively. You got Wiggins and Bam and Pella, and today I finally felt like you saw that culminate into a nasty defensive effort, particularly in that whole second half. You got Pelle Larsson, the guy that we were calling the Swedish Swish, more like the Swedish Clamps. He will lock down your favorite player. Bam Adebayo will lock down your favorite player. Andrew Wiggins does not care if you're 7 feet tall. He doesn't care if you're Wembanyama. He don't care if you're Zubac. He will clamp you in the post. The Miami Heat, they don't care what side the referees are on. They don't care that they almost screwed us over because James Harden gets every single call in the book, and when Davion Mitchell gets a great steal, James Harden goes like this, grabbing his nose like he got hit in the face, even though he never even got touched. The Miami Heat don't care about that. They care about getting buckets, they care about running in transition, and they care about getting stops in the most beautiful way possible. My God, it's like this Heat defense can get hot like other teams get hot shooting threes. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Reminds me back that one year where you had Caleb and Gabe and Jimmy and Oladipo, and those guys would just get so hot, and when they lock in defensively, oh, it's a beautiful thing to see. Hey, shout out to Khalil Ware, our bench demon, bro. Looked active today. Now, I don't know if the cycle of Spoelstra getting mad at him and he comes back and plays well, and then he's lackadaisical again. I don't know if that whole cycle will continue, but I don't really think that's exactly what we even saw. People were saying, because we can get right into the game here. You got Norman Powell back. Obviously, that was great. But it would be interesting to see if Spo would go back to Khalil after kind of benching him for most of the game yesterday versus the Lakers. Only played 11 minutes. When he did check in for a few minutes late in the game, he played better. But I was interested to see if, he would still bench him to start this game, because he was benched to start the second half yesterday, I should add in. Because the Heat were playing Zubac today. You don't want to go small against Zubac. We've seen Zubac kill the Heat in the past, and he did have a pretty productive game today as well. But they did decide to have Khalil come off the bench, and they started Davion, Norman, Pella, Wiggins at the 4, and Bam at the 5. But when Khalil Ware came in, he was sensational. Very active out there all game. So I think kind of what Spo was more so doing is just he went with what he felt like gives the Heat the best chance to win. I don't think it was him punishing Khalil Ware. I don't think it was him putting him in the doghouse, because Khalil Ware has been awful. From the eye test to the box score to the plus minus, he's not been good. So I think Spo kind of rolling with the lineups he was rolling with today to end the Lakers game is just to give the Heat the best chance to win. And my God, did it seem like it was going to, because from the jump, the Miami Heat went up double digits pretty much instantly, sort of exactly like the Lakers did against us yesterday. He had Bam and Norman Powell really going early. Bam was trying to do a little bit of the foul baiting thing. Do I think he got fouled? Maybe, maybe not. He kind of did the thing where he throws a little pump fake. There's some contact because Zubac jumped a little bit, and then Bam tried to force the shot. It looked ugly because he didn't get any calls. Part of me likes it because I like him trying to attack Zubac there, try to get him in some foul trouble. But part of me is like, okay, we don't need to do that tactics, you know? But then the other part of me is very annoyed because James Harden was doing that all night. All these other stars do it. Luka does it. You know, Jalen Brunson does it. And they get the call every single time. And it's like, it's not a foul if you pump fake. The defender could, like, do a calf raise. They could go on their tippy toes a little bit, right? They don't even jump forward. They just go up vertically a little bit. And then the offensive player will put their shoulder into them. Boom, you know, foul on the defender. Like, it's BS, bro. So I kind of like that they didn't give Bam that call because I don't think anybody should get that call. But it's like everybody does get that call except Bam. So I found that part to be annoying. But anyways, Kawhi Leonard, monster game for him today. Really dominated pretty early on, got hot. The Clippers would come all the way back to take the lead, but the Heat bench unit would come in. They would play really well. Fontecchio, Drew Smith, Jaime, they played pretty well all night. And the Heat would be up 32-30 after the first quarter. And then in the second quarter is when we just had Ware's most beautiful sequence of the game. He had a nice block. He sent that into the third row. And then after that, you had finally a Jovic lob to Ware. I think he had one last game, but overall in the season, that Jovic to Ware connection has really been missing, and that was such a big part of their offense last year, seeing those two come off the bench together. So it's nice to see them kind of get back to that. I do think there's a lot of positives having those two come off the bench together because they do have a great connection. As bad as Jovic has been this year, he was pretty bad today as well. That is something that he can always kind of rely on. But Ware had some other active rebounds, whether he was tipping the ball to himself until he secured possession. He had a beautiful three in rhythm, did a great job spacing in the corner, providing space for Jaime Jaquez to drive. Jaquez had the kickouts, and then Ware knocked it down. Next play, Ware hit another three. This time, it was a tougher one over Brook Lopez, which I love to see because we know Brook Lopez loves to play that drop coverage. He loves to sit in the paint. So if you're forcing Brook Lopez to come outside of the paint, that's just beautiful for the Miami Heat offense. He had some other good plays defensively, sprinted out to the corner to contest a Bradley Beal three after a Clippers offensive rebound. And earlier games this season, it looked like Ware made little to no effort to run out to these corner threes. That wasn't the case today. And then there was a great outlet pass from Drew Smith to Khalil Ware. Had the presence of mind to pump fake. Defender pop-tarted, jumped out of his shoes, flew past Khalil Ware, and Ware finished the layup. So just great poise from Khalil Ware. Outside of him, Fontecchio, my God, my Mamma Mia, that boy is spicy. Hit another 4-point play today. I feel like he's already got like 3 or 4 of those this year. Just rare to see somebody have 4-point plays at that kind of rate. Him and Norman Powell. Norman actually got screwed out of one later in the game. They said the foul was before the shot. But those two really providing a lot of momentum swinging plays with those 4-point plays. But then once the starters came back in, the Heat offense got really stagnant, sloppy as well. There was a ball that slipped right out of Norman Powell's hands, led to a backcourt violation, and then Kawhi ripped Norman Powell, and then Kawhi blocked Jaime on 2 straight possessions. So Kawhi was back on his 2014 self, just dominating defensively as well. And the Clippers would actually go up pretty big. But then luckily in the last minute, Norman Powell had an and one layup and then was fouled on a 3-pointer, and back-to-back possessions, he would hit all the free throws. So the Heat would get 6 quick points to end the half as they would only be down 71-66. Still way too many points for the Heat to give up, but at least it was a game. Going into the third quarter was awesome. You know, the opposites of a third quarter, the opposites of what we saw against the Lakers. The Heat would climb back. Bam had a top of the key 3 that bounced in to give the Heat a 1-point lead just 3 minutes into the quarter. So it's those kind of bounces they weren't getting versus the Lakers, those big momentum swinging shots. Today, the Heat were able to knock those down. Beal would hit a 3 to take the lead back after that. Then Wiggins would hit another 3 to take the lead back. Wiggins hit multiple huge threes today. He's hit many onion shots this entire season. Really love what I'm seeing from Andrew Wiggins offensively. And even though the defense has been sensational, Offensively, I think he's been very good too. And then Bam Adebayo and Davion found a great connection. They had Bam had an and one off a Davion pick and roll in the half court. There was another pick and roll between those two just a couple of plays later. So they're finally working out of the half court offense a little bit more out of that pick and roll. But then it was from that point on, about midway through the quarter, the defense went nuts. You had Powell with a perfectly timed strip on Zubac. As Zubac turned his head, Powell was able to strip it off him out of bounds. Then the Heat played some pretty good defense that caused Kawhi to fall into the stands, and then the Heat wasted no time waiting for Kawhi to get back. The Heat sprinted down the courts. Norman Powell was able to knock down a wide open three, and then Wiggins had a steal on James Harden. Harden was forced to take a take foul, the clear path foul, and then Pella would strip Kawhi. Kawhi's trying to go ISO. Pella just reaches around him, knocks the ball loose, dives on the floor. That allows Bam to then dive on the floor and force a jump ball. And then Pella also had two other steals that quarter as well. He had a nice breakaway one, had another one where he intercepted a pass. So showing a lot of versatility defensively and offensively, because he would also hit a three in that quarter. And then the very next possession, the ensuing defensive possession, Pella would then draw a charge. He had this whole Heat bench rocking, and what a momentum shifter Pelle Larsson is with his energy. It's beautiful to see. The only negative I put in that quarter is Ware had another turnover after a rebound. He threw the ball to the other team. He's been doing that once a game, and I find it mildly frustrating. I know this team's trying to play fast. That's not exactly Khalil Ware's play style. He's not exactly the guy you want to push the pace after a rebound. He has before, but sometimes just slow down a little bit. They're kind of hounding him after these rebounds. Maybe take a half a second longer Ware. Let the defense clear out, and then you can go ahead and advance the ball. But outside of that, the Heat had a great quarter. Ware was still active defensively that entire time, and the Heat would go into the fourth quarter up 103-95. So that would be an 8-point lead. The Clippers would bounce back with a run though, after being down as much as 13 actually in the third quarter. The Heat went 4 minutes without scoring. Just really couldn't hit a shot. I thought in that time span, Jovic was pretty bad. He's the opposite of Fontecchio. Every time Tech shoots, I think it's going in. Every time Jovic shoots, I think he's going to brick. Bam wasn't so great either to start that quarter. He had an air ball. It's like every game he has one or two air balls too. These guys are pros. I don't know. Maybe just a couple air balls, sure. A couple a month, maybe. One or two every game. It's too much for my liking in terms of the air balls, because then you give your team basically no chance to even get the rebound off a long bounce, But Bam had an air ball. Then he had a pretty ugly turnover after Davion made a hell of a play to strip Harden. Harden was trying to drive to the rim. Davion pulled the chair back a little bit. Harden fell. Davion ripped the ball away. He gave it to Bam, and then Bam turned it over right away. So ugly start for Bam. Even Chris Dunn got multiple offensive rebounds with Bam in the vicinity. That just can't happen. Dunn is 6'3", shortest player on the court. He should not be even getting a hand on the ball. I would have liked to see Bam be a little bit more aggressive on some of those rebounds there. I think Lopez might have been in the game at that point, so I understand Bam was stretched out a little bit, but that doesn't excuse every other Heat player then from letting Chris Dunn get his hands on multiple offensive rebounds. That just can't happen. So the Heat were struggling offensively. The game would be tied with just 2 minutes to go, and then Andrew Wiggins will finally take the cap off the rim as he hit a huge three. And then James Harden answered with a deep three to tie the game right after that. Even though that's when he flopped, Davion did a great job to throw the double at James Harden. And then, Davion went to do the double team. The ref called a foul on Davion because Harden went like this, grabbing his face. He was never touched. He flopped. So the Clippers shouldn't have even had the ball that possession for Harden and the Tides, but he would. And then Bam Adebayo, to his credit, did bounce back after a rough offensive start to that quarter. Hit a nice midi pull-up, taking Zubac off the dribble to take the lead. And then the next possession after he got a stop, he took the slow-ass Zubac to the rim, drew a foul, hit a couple of free throws. That would pick the Heat up 4 with about a minute to go. And then Harden would answer with another three. This time he pushed off Norman Powell. No call because he's James Harden. So that would make it a 1-point game with 20 seconds to go. And then that's when y'all saw the Heat had the damn... the Heat got damn screwed by the referees. The Heat have inbounded to Norman Powell. Zubac is smacking him on the arm. They call jump ball. Obviously, Norman's not going to miss that. Not going to get that jump ball from Zubac. But so the Clippers would get possession. Kawhi had a chance to hit his second game winner in as many games. And I think Norman played pretty good defense on that to force the miss there. So So yeah, fun Heat game. We'll run through the box score here real quick. We got, let me pull up the box score real quick. So the Miami Heat come away, wow, 120 points again. Have they, I think, well, only one game this year we didn't score 120. Is that accurate? Crazy start offensively for the Heat. But yeah, Pelle Larsson, 7 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 3 steals, only 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. I ain't never see a guy impact the game as much as Pelle did, only taking 4 shots. Only made 2 shots. And what was his plus minus today? He was a plus of 11. You know these things. If you watch the game, you can feel it. I felt that Pelle Larsson had the highest plus minus in the game. And sure enough, he did, 11. A plus minus of 11, only made 2 shots. That tells you how impactful he was defensively. He was awesome and continues to be good at a little bit of everything, and not far from being great at a little bit of everything. One day soon. I mean, he was great tonight at everything, but I'm just talking in general as a player. But Wiggins today chipped in 17 points, a very efficient 17 points, 58% from field. Also hit 3 triples. Bam Adebayo with another efficient night too, 55% from the field, 10 to 18. But 25, 10, 4, and 2 steals for him. Norman Powell today, 21 points in his revenge game, 6 of 10 from the field. Everybody was super efficient. Jaime today, although he didn't, score the ball as well as he did last game, still 6 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. The sign of a good player is when you're not scoring the ball, can you impact the game in other ways? And Jaime has been doing that this season. And then Khalil Ware, we discussed, in only 17 minutes, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 6 of 8 from the field. Only 2 of his 8 shots were threes. He made them both. That is much better shot distribution for Khalil Ware. And then from Tekio, 11 points. He bounced back well after his rough shooting last game. And then Jovic with 7 points. And I figured his plus minus was bad. It was a minus 18. I'm telling you, the plus minus, you can kind of use that to verify what the eye test saw. And that's definitely the case today. Minus 18 in the game, in a game the Heat won by 1. It's very telling about Nikola Jovic's play today. It was not great. Regardless, he had 7 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And then Drew Smith, 2 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists. So, and then did we even talk about we didn't talk about Davion Mitchell. I skipped Davion. I was gonna say, because we always got to look at the plus minus every game. Davion with 8 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists. So he had 9 assists to no turnovers. That is my guy. Oh, nothing gets me more hype than looking at the Davion Mitchell assist-to-turnover ratio in a post-game video. I love it. So between your 2 point guards, Davion and Drew, you had a combined 13 assists to 1 turnover. Clap it up, ladies and gentlemen. That is beautiful work from your 2 point guards there. And then on the Clipper side of things, Zubac with 18 rebounds. Kawhi with 27 points, and James Harden stuffed the stat sheet. He had 29 points. Overall, very fun game for the Heat. Definitely something I would say they absolutely needed to win, because their next game is in a couple of days against the Denver Nuggets, where I don't think the Heat won since Norris Cole. I believe that was the last time the Heat won in Denver, other than the finals. They might have had another win a couple years ago. I don't really remember, but they never win in Denver, so that's going to be a tough one. So at least you won't go winless on the road trip. And hey, if you play this good again and you get another win, you'll be 2-on-2 in the road trip with some really impressive wins, and we'll be on the up and up for the Miami Heat, as will the sports books, because FanDuel, the sponsor of today's video, now has the Miami Heat at plus 280 to win the division. We've been looking at this prop every single video. They were 3rd in the division behind the Hawks, but now Trae Young got hurt, so he'll miss some time, and the Heat jumped up to 2nd, the second favorites there. So I've been tracking this one for y'all. I've been telling y'all to get in, and at plus 280, it's still a bet that I like a lot. Anyways, that's all I got to say for this video. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I will not ask you to subscribe again, because I already did that earlier. But I will tell y'all to like the video, at least, because I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, everyone.
Look, pull up in your city, trying to get that dead face. Do it on my own, I don't need no dead weight. Had to kill him off, yeah, I need a head space. You know this homegrown bitch don't offend me.